Hello, my name is XONEVANT. Today is Monday, March the 17th, and this is your Daily Dose. Alright guys, so I promised you I was going to bring you some PlayStation 4 and Battlefield 4 first impressions, but you guys know that I'm waiting on my second splitter to come in. I'm sending back the first splitter that I bought now because it's not stripping away the HDCP from the PlayStation 4, and I'm getting a new one. It should be here Wednesday or Thursday, and then hopefully I can sit down and film some Battlefield 4, talk about the PlayStation 4, that sort of stuff, do some first impressions video. But I figured, you know what? While we're waiting for the splitter to come in, why not do a first impressions video of the Elgato capture card I got, the Elgato HD, and talk about that for a second. So this capture card cost me, I think it was around $160 to $170, depending on tax and all that stuff. So it was way more pricey than the original capture card I had. You guys know I had an AVerMedia HD capture card, and let me again tell you, the AVerMedia that I had was great. Do not get me wrong, this card is phenomenal. I bought it for, God, I want to say it was like 80 bucks or something, and for the value, you know, for an $80 value, it was an awesome capture card. For my particular setup and the way that I try to put out videos as fast as possible when they're released, it wasn't the best capture card for me, because obviously I'm always under that time sensitive, crunch or whatever. If you're more of like a casual YouTuber and you just want to upload kind of whenever you want to upload and you're not really on like a time frame, it's a really good capture card for 70 bucks. Now the only drawback that I had with the AVerMedia was that I had to convert all of the files. They all came out as a .ts file, and then I had to go into a program called AVS Converter and convert the .ts file to an MP4 file so that I could put it in my editing program and render and do all my stuff, because most editing suites do not allow you to pull in .ts footage. So I had to make the conversions, which took a little bit more time. And when you're doing time sensitive projects like trophies and achievements right at launch, that extra 20 minutes here and there, especially when you're doing 30 to 50 videos, which is normally what I do when I cover a game at launch, that adds up, you know what I mean? Now granted, what I would typically do is I would just let the files convert while I went to sleep, and that way when I woke up I had a lot of projects to work on. But still, it was a bit of a time squeeze for me. So let me go ahead and tell you what the Elgato does. It actually allows you to capture straight to MP4, so there's no .ts conversion that you have to make. Now another cool thing about this capture card is that it's kind of always recording. You see what I mean? Like, even if you're not quote unquote capturing footage, like you haven't actually hit the record button, it's still keeping track of all your videos. So let's say I'm playing a game of multiplayer and I go, man, I had a really epic game and I really want to make a video out of it, and then I look over at my capture card and I haven't been capturing. You see what I mean? Oops, I forgot to hit the record button. It actually is capturing for me, and all I have to do is just go back through the file and edit it, and then bring it out as an MP4, edit it inside of my suite, Sony Vegas, and render it out. So that's really a good feature. It doesn't really, I'm probably not going to use it as much as some other people will, but it's good to have out there, especially, I guess the only time I'm really honestly going to ever use it is sometimes, when I'm doing trophy and achievement videos. I like to show you guys the trophy and the achievement popping up on the screen. There's some guides on the net that'll tell you how to do something, but it doesn't show it popping, and so it kind of doesn't, I don't know, it makes you feel like it may not be true. You see what I mean? So I kind of like to see that. So there are some times when I'm filming a game and I'll forget to capture, and then I'll have to play back through the whole game again to be able to get the trophy to pop. So that's good that I'll have that as a backup. Now the last cool feature that this thing has is basically it's going to allow me to capture my voice using my studio mic running right into the final MP4 output. So in other words, the game, the video, the game, the audio, and then my audio commentary can be wrapped up in one file, and it has this box that you can check. And what this box allows you to do is when you talk, it automatically decreases the game volume sound while you're talking so that your audience, you guys, can hear what I'm saying. And then when I'm done talking, it basically raises the volume level back to the the standard level of the game audio. So when I do Let's Plays, what I used to have to do is I would have to go into like a 20-minute video, and then my audio file would be separate. and I would have to go in and say, okay, here's a cutscene for the game, you know, let me turn it up. You know, here's me talking, let me turn the game volume down. And I had to do that all the way through, you know, 20-minute videos. And then obviously if it's an 8-hour campaign, you can see how long that would take. But with this, it's gonna kind of do the edit for me, at least the audio side of thing. Obviously, if I want to go in and, you know, cut up some video, then I can do that in my program. The capture card also has like an editing feature. I haven't really tweaked with that yet, but that may also become a pretty valuable thing down the line too. You know what I mean? I just got to look into it. But so far, my first impressions are really good about this. If you're looking for a capture card that's going to allow you to get videos up on a time schedule or very, very, very quickly, then it's something I would highly recommend you look into. If you're not really time sensitive and you just post whenever you want to post, I don't know, man. To me, it's not worth the money at that point. You know, get something like a capture card that's $100 or less. You know, just convert it using like a converting program. You can find them all over the internet. I use AVS Converter, and you can get your videos up that way. And that's really all I wanted to say about it, guys. I'm pretty happy with the purchase. It was a bit more pricey than I thought I was going to have to spend, you know, originally going into my PS4, but when you look at the value that you get for it, it's actually not that bad, because you're gonna save, well, me I should say, I'm gonna save a ton of time making videos. So anyway, that is my first impression / review of the Elgato Capture Card HD. Highly recommend it if you're in that time crunch and you're doing YouTube. Okay guys, so as soon as I get my splitter in, I'll be putting up a PS4 first impressions video as well as a Battlefield 4 first impressions video, and that pretty much wraps it up for today. Talk to you guys soon. And remember, if you even miss one dose. So I've been secretly hiring people this whole year. Right? I'm getting my workforce together, son. We coming after you if you're missing that dose. You feel me? So I finally found this guy, right? I mean, he's got a skill that not many other people have, man. It's like he's from another planet, you know what I mean? Freaking crazy, son. And I told him, I said, look, if you going after the people missing the doses, you got to be ready to bring it. You got to be ready to go the distance. You got to be ready to do things that you normally wouldn't do. And I said, are you cool with that? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, send me in a clip of your best work. Show me what you're working with, and maybe I'll hire you. Well, let's just say that he's definitely on the cruise, son. This dude is off the chains. Check this clip out. And I hope and pray that it doesn't happen to you.